Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Williams, and I'm here to talk to you about certain things that are going to actually be beneficial to you. And in this particular platform, what we do is to raise men, people who are actually yearning to improve themselves in all ramifications of life. That is basically what we do here. We're not actually cut out for motivation. This is not a place where you get motivation. What we teach men here is actually discipline. How you can discipline yourself, because I am a core believer of discipline. That if you discipline yourself, there are certain areas where motivation can actually stop you, but discipline should actually take over. As a matter of fact, discipline is all you require for you to succeed in life. Basically, you have to force yourself to do certain things that you may not be motivated to do. Motivation is something that actually happens over a particular period, but what takes on after that particular period is discipline. If you don't have that discipline enough to carry on after a day or two, after some hours of motivation, then you're in a big trouble, honestly. Because I believe that motivation is something that dies off after some time. Yes, and what takes over from there is discipline. Discipline is all you require to succeed in life. It is basic ingredients that you need to succeed in life. If you cannot force yourself to do certain things that you don't want to do, if you cannot force yourself to wake up when you want to wake up, if you cannot force yourself to go about your business when you don't feel like, when you're not emotionally stable, when you feel sad, when you feel tired, when you feel you're depressed or something, then at the end of the day, you're not going to actually succeed. That's the truth. Because a lot of people are actually doing this thing irregardless of how they feel. That is how to succeed. Honestly, you're not going to succeed based on when you feel motivated to do something. No. How you're going to succeed is when you know you have to do something and then you do it regardless or irregardless of how you feel. That's basically what you need, and that is discipline. Discipline is the elixir of success. Discipline and stress, these are the elixir of success. Which means if success requires certain chemical components, discipline must be there and pain must be there. I wonder how some men who are born and they believe or feel that they can live through life without pain. That's crazy if you ask me, because the life of a man revolves around pain, honestly. And at the end of the day, there's nothing that is worth achieving, that is worth emulating, that will come without pain. That is the truth. So discipline is the core value to success, not motivation. I don't believe in motivation. I don't like motivation. Yes, of course, it's good you get motivated, but what matters most is discipline. If you listen to a motivational video, for instance, you get motivated instantly, right? After a day or two, without discipline, you're going to just feel lacking in motivation to drive to continue. You're just going to be so redundant to make any move because you lack discipline. And if you lack discipline, you're going to be a massive failure, because discipline is all that is required. Everything that you do in life revolves around discipline. In life, as a man, you're going to be more formidable when you understand that pain is needed for you to succeed, that pain is the elixir for your success. You're going to be more formidable when you take absolute accountability for things that happen around you. You're going to be more formidable when you feel that, when you have this understanding that pain is required for you to succeed in life. You're going to be more formidable when you understand that life requires you to be disciplined rather than being motivated. You're going to be more formidable when you feel that you have a lot to prove to your family, to your loved ones, to your wife, to your children, to your ancestors, and all of that. So it's all advantageous. So having this mindset that you just have to have some fun as a man is completely crazy, because the life of a man requires pain. It's stressful, and stress is what is required for you to succeed. That is, you have to be put through a lot. You have to go as far as going to get things done, going to win, because life is war. And what is war? War means two sides opposing themselves and the both of them wanting the same thing. That is war. So you're going to constantly be fighting with those other people that want what you want. Why you want the beautiful car is because not everyone has it. Because if everyone has it, it's not going to be useful, it's going to be useless. The major reason why you want to succeed, why you want success, is because it is not easy. It is not everyone that has it. The only people who get to live their life based on how they feel is the women and the children. Because a woman can nag when she feels like nagging. That's her nature, that's the woman. The child can cry when he feels like crying. But as a man, you are not supposed to do things based on how you feel. You're not supposed to take actions, live your life based on how you feel. That is why discipline is required for you to succeed. If you do not have the discipline to dedicate yourself to anything, you're just going to fail. You're going to fail and be crushed by people who have the discipline. If you only go to the gym when you feel like going to the gym, you're not going to be as strong and as masculine and as fit as people who go to the gym when they don't even feel like going to the gym. So you need to be very comfortable and have this understanding that on your path to greatness, on your path to wealth, on your path to success, there are going to be long period of time where you hate what you're doing, where you're dissatisfied with the actions that you must undertake, where you are tired, when you're weak, when you feel lacking in motivation, when you feel lazy, when you feel sick and you feel bored of doing the same thing. And this is why it is difficult. If the path was easy, everybody would walk it and it would lead nowhere. So the difficulty at the end of the day gives it value. In fact, the fact that you wanted it in the first place is because it has the value. If it doesn't have any value, then you won't want it in the first place. If everybody has it, you won't want it. Anything that is worth achieving, anything that is worth getting, has to come with some level of stress, some level of pain. So discipline is the key to success. It is very essential. It is the key to success in all realms as a man. And if you lack discipline, you're not going to get anything. That's the truth. You're not going to get anything out of life. You would require to pass through some serious level of pain and stress. Life is stressful. Life is war. Life is war. The reason why life is war is because you have two opposing sides trying to get the same thing. That thing you want, that Ferrari you want, that fine car you want, that that beautiful mansion that you want, other people want it too. You're not the only one that wants it. So that is war. So you must be disciplined to outcompete others. That's why it is war. So you have to be able to have that mindset, and you have to be able to know that discipline is all you require in all realms as a man. Discipline is the key component of every success in the life of a man. So you're only going to feel confident in yourself when you've gone through hell and come out unhurt, or you come out with scars on your body and all of that. That's what gives confidence. That's the masculine essence. You go and get things done. You go and get things done. Life is war. Everything you want, other people want, is war. Sitting at one place, not wanting to move in a particular manner, is war. Trying to prove yourself to your loved ones is war. Staying at that job where you're frustrated is war. Wanting to quit that particular job is war. Wanting to get married as a young man is war. Everything is war. Wanting to keep proving yourself to your ancestors, to your loved ones, to your generation yet unborn is war. So life is war, and then be ready for it. Like I said before, as soon as you're granted life, you're guaranteed death. So anything you do in between is left for you. And most times a lot of us have this mindset that you don't have to prove yourself to anybody. That's a fat lie. You have every reason to prove yourself. You have to prove yourself to people. You have to prove yourself to your loved ones. You have to prove yourself to your family. You have to prove yourself to your wife, to your children, to your great-grandchildren. You have to prove yourself to your ancestors. You have to prove yourself to your people that look up to you. You have to prove yourself. You have to prove yourself to yourself as well. You have to prove yourself to God himself. You have to tell him that you didn't create rubbish. You created me, and I trust myself, and I have to prove myself to you. So it's worth your time for you to have created me. So you have to keep proving yourself. That's the essence of living. That's the essence of being a man. You have to keep proving yourself. So living with that mindset that you don't have to prove yourself to anybody, you don't care, just live for yourself. That is it's insane to have that mindset. It's insane to have that mentality. So if you have this mindset that you have to keep proving yourself, at the end of the day, you're going to be more formidable. You're going to be more in charge of your life. You're going to be more deliberate with your actions. You're going to be more decisive. You're going to be more focused with what you're doing, because you have this mindset that you have to prove yourself. If you like what we do, I would like you to hit the like button, comment, and then also subscribe to our channel so that you can be getting more of our videos each time we drop one. Thank you very much, and remain blessed.